Hey guys, Nick here again with another NPM Talk. If you guys are enjoying this content, please subscribe on YouTube and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to see all of the content I'm releasing every week. Everyone knows this sound, and it's probably one of the first things you learned in music class. It's the major scale, the Ionian Mode, made up of 7 notes. It's existed since the creation of Western music, and is the foundation of how we create keys, chords, and melodies. It's a rule that works. There's only one problem. What about the other 5 notes that we're leaving out if we only stay true to the Ionian Mode? Well, lucky for us, we live in the 21st century, and nowadays these other 5 notes are the secret ingredient to some amazing musical moments. First of all, let's take a closer look at the major scale. If we start on any note in the scale, skip a note, play the next note, skip another note, and play the next one, we will create what's called a diatonic triad. Diatonic simply means of the key. There are 7 diatonic triads in every key, 1, 4, 5 being major, 2, 3, and 6 being minor, 7 being diminished. These diatonic chords are the nuts and bolts of harmonic progressions. Let's take a look at 7. The 7th scale degree of the major scale is called the leading tone. You don't like that very much, do you? Because it's leading us to resolution on the 1. It's a half step away, and it calls us to go there. In fact, if we look at the 7 and the 4, the tritone, both notes are pushing us in contrary motion to resolve to the 1 and 3 of the tonic chord. This is the golden rule of tonality. The tension and release of this tritone on the 7 or the 3 and 7 of the 5 chord to the 1 chord. So what if we wanted to lead to the other notes in the diatonic scale? Well, enter chromaticism. We can manufacture the same pull to the other diatonic chords as we do to the 1 chord by using the leading tones of these other notes. Let's work with the analogy of gravity when thinking about leading tones. Your 7 to 1 progression in any key will be your most substantial pull. Let's characterize that as the pull between the earth and the sun. All of the other leading tones will still pull you, but not as substantially. Let's categorize that as the gravity between, say, the earth and the moon. So let's take this first chromatic note, C sharp, which will lead us to the D right above it. By itself, it doesn't sound like much, but let's tonicize or establish the key of C major. And now, how about if I stop on that C sharp? See, we want to resolve to the D now. Even if it isn't our true home like C is, we still hear a resolution on the D. How about on the D sharp relating to the E? And now this time, let's stop just on the D sharp. Same issue. We need to hear the resolution to E. As we can imagine, we'll have the same tension and release from F sharp to G, G sharp to A, and A sharp to B. So the next question is, what can we do with these notes now that they're available as leading tones to diatonic notes? And the answer is anything. The possibilities are endless. From creating inner tension in bass lines to harmonizing with what we call non-diatonic chords, to incorporating them in alternative scales like the bebop and blues scales. In the next few videos, we'll be looking at each of these possibilities in depth. So stay tuned and stay creative.